Good morning. My name is Won Gong. It's good to be together with you. Welcome to Sunday Live Dharma. Today, our friend Eric will share his talk about one of the Dharma verses from chapter 7, the principle of the nature. When we started discussing this chapter 7, 27 weeks ago, I felt excited and at the same time a bit concerned because this chapter can be quite mind-boggling with its abstract concepts and apparent paradoxes. The entire section functions like a series of koan contemplation, great tools for awakening. With only 4 verses remaining, I am continuously amazed by the sincere and insightful energy of each person brings. Whether you've been part of the Thursday Dharma study group for some good time or are fairly new joining us. So I want to thank you to all your open-hearted, inspiring presence. One way to summarize the principle of the nature, summarize the whole chapter of the principle of nature, is the truth of Ilwansang, our favorite Dharma passage. So let us recite together page 12. Today, I will read it in Korean first, and then you can join us reading it together in English. Well, as you can see, the Korean section is only just a little. See how long it takes. 이론상의 진리. 이론은 우주 만유의 본원이며 재불재성의 시민이며 일체 중생의 본성이며 대소유무의 분별이 없는 자리며 생멸거래의 변함이 없는 자리며 선악업보가 끊어진 자리며 언어 명상이 동공한 자리로서 공적 영지의 광명을 따라 대소유무의 분별이 나타나서 선악업보의 차별이 생겨나며 언어 명상이 완연하여 시방삼계가 장중의 한 구슬같이 드러나고 진공묘의의 조화는 우주만유를 통하여 무시광겁에 은연자재하는 것이 곧 이론상의 진리니라. The truth of Ilwansang. Ilwan, one circle, is the original source of all things in the universe, the mind seal of all the Buddhas and sages, and the original nature of all sentient beings, the realm where there is no discrimination regarding great and small, being and non-being, the realm where there is no change amid arising and ceasing, coming and going, the realm where wholesome and unwholesome karmic consequences have ceased, the realm where language, names, and signs are utterly void. Through the light of the void and calm, numinous awareness, the discrimination regarding great and small, being and non-being appears, whereupon the distinction between wholesome and unwholesome karmic consequences comes into being. Language, names, and signs also become obvious, so that the triple worlds and the 10 directions appear like a jewel in hand. Thus, the creative transformations of true voidness and marvelous existence freely conceal and reveal themselves through all things in the universe throughout vast eons without beginning. This is the truth of Ilwan Song. As always, we begin our meditation practice with some body care by loosening all the tensions. So please stand up. And you can stand in front of your mat, please, if you can, or stagger to create enough space. The Qi Gong movements or stretching movements will be guided by Kathleen.
Good morning, everyone. If you can, before we can, just scooch up just one step a little bit. I think that'll give friends in the back a little bit more room. Thank you. So welcome, friends at home. Welcome here. And we're going to begin today. As you're doing movements, this is the week of a spring equinox, a balance. So as we shift our bodies, think, oh, where is that perfect balance spot? Just like the equinox. Let's begin by putting our feet right under your shoulders, parallel, like the number 11. And just feel your feet rooting into the floor. Now, move your feet so that your balance is more on the outside of your feet. And just notice what that does. And then shift. Balance is now towards the arches of your feet. Back and forth a couple times. And then settle in the center. Just going to gently sink into our knees for a bit. As we come down, just sink. We're going to come back up gently, bringing our hands up and arms. Breathing in and release. One last time. Now this time, just like sap in trees, when we come up, we're going to arch out with our arms and lean our head back. So breathing in, expand, and release, coming down. Beautiful. Two more times. All right, let's shake our hands. And keep shaking. Bring them up. And to the side. One more time. Bring them up. To the side. We'll kind of arch back. Bring them back. Bring them forward. One last time, anyway. And down. Beautiful. Now let's check our feet again. Make sure they're right under our shoulders. And with your left foot, take one step forward. Now your leg should be nice and straight, and we're going to turn in the direction of our back leg. So for folks in the room, we're turning towards the big window. So my feet are turning, my whole body is turning. Now sink into your legs. Just sink down. Come up. Sink down. And come up. This time, sink down and stay there. And the only movement now is going to be straightening your front leg. Let your body just accommodate that motion. Front leg is straight. Then come back. Now straighten your back leg. And then move back and forth between straightening front leg, straightening back leg. Now we're going to add our arms. As you come forward, bring your arms forward with the back of your hands facing each other. And turn your hands so palms are facing the ceiling, and come back. Bring your arms around. Back of hands facing each other. Turn toward the ceiling and back and around. Let's do this 3 more times. Now let's slowly turn back to our original position. Bring your front leg back. And now we're going to bring the other leg forward. And turn toward your back leg. Sink down. And straighten your front leg. And then your back leg. You can do this back and forth with your breath. As we go forward, let's bring our hands forward and around. All right, back to center. Beautiful. Now we're going to push heaven and push earth with our bodies. We're going to bring our hands up, kind of like you're hugging a nice little tree in front of you. And then one hand is going to turn up, one hand is going to face the earth, and then push, push, push. Hold your breath and release. Coming down, other side. One more time on each side. Let's spread our legs. Find your balance spot. And we're going to gently just curve our arms, palms facing the sky. In this position, let's just shift, gliding back and forth. And this next time, it's going to be hands scooping to the side we're going and releasing, scooping and releasing. And if you like, you can start slowly going a little further. You can start facing the ground, releasing your torso, lower and lower, just scooping and gliding. And then slowly come back up. Beautiful. All right, let's come back to center and bring our feet in. Taking a breath in. Arms and hands up, palms together, down to our heart center. Breathing out and up and thank you. Let's now offer 4 bows to Dharmakaya Buddha, 4-fold grace. You can stand behind your mat, do full bow or standing bow.
With gratitude, I bow to the grace of heaven and earth, honoring the marvelous gift of nature and the universe. With gratitude, I bow to the grace of parents, ancestors, and everyone who has given me life and nurtured me. With gratitude, I bow to the grace of fellow beings, recognizing the truth of interconnectedness. With gratitude, I bow to the grace of laws, which guides us to live in harmony and create mutual well-being.
How are you all feeling now? For our meditation, it's very important to have a gladness. Are you glad to be here this morning? Good, then way to go. With the gong sound, let us settle our mind, body, and energy. Let the gong vibration invite us to be here at this present place and time. here, now. The first line of a method of sitting meditation goes like this. Meditation is simple and easy. Anyone can practice it. That means I can practice it. That means I can enjoy. Simply breathe in, breathe out. May my heart, spirit, and awareness open to this invitation. The sound of gong, heartbeats, breathing body, softly opened eyes, or softly relaxed eyelids. Watching and noticing any tension in your body. Feel free to gently rock back and forth and side to side until your body feels centered and really comfortably settled. And scan your entire body to see if there is any tension. If you notice any tension anywhere, gently hold and grab that tension. And breathe out, release that tension. Let go of tension in your face and head. Let go of tension in your neck and shoulders. Soften your heart. Feel your soft belly. Breathe in, notice tension. Breathe out, release any mental or physical uneasiness. Again, let us invite our bodies to relax. It is okay to slouch a little bit if that feels more natural. If your body agrees, gradually let your body sit up a little bit taller, feeling your heart and chest opening and opening. You may start to feel your lower back growing stronger. Connecting with the energy of the earth through your pelvic floor. Again, breathe in, notice any tension. Breathe out, release any uneasy or unsettled energy from your mind, body, or breathing. Now open your eyes softly and look straight ahead. And simply relax your eyelids. You can close your eyes if you feel closing your eyes makes you feel very calm and going deeper in a calm meditation. But from time to time, try to open your eyes a little bit to make sure your mind and awareness more abide here, now. Now bring your awareness to your tongue. Place the tip of your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Especially this springtime, we can imagine our bodies like a spring trees, the earth energy arising, like that delightful, vibrant energy of sap rising up. By resting the tip of our tongue on the roof of our mouth, when your mind stays with your sensation, awareness, and breath, you will easily notice pure saliva gathers in your mouth. That is a delightful sign of a cool energy ascending, like a spring trees. The life Qi energy is rising. Supple body. We are breathing in or drinking in this bright, vibrant spring Qi energy with each in-breath. With each out-breath, we release any mental or physical uneasiness.
Yongju prayer chant, page 4. We'll read in English first and then chant in Korean. The spiritual energy of heaven and earth settles in my being. My spirit penetrates all things as my mind wills. Heaven, earth, and I become one. I am one with the way of heaven and earth.
천지 영기 아심정 만사여의 아심통 천지야 동일체 아여 천지 동심정 영주 천지영기야 심정 만사요의 심통 천지요와 동일체하여 천지동심정 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 천지영기야 심정 만사요의 심통 천지요와 동일체하여 천지동심정.
Palms together, prayer for world peace. Grace of heaven and earth, grace of parents, grace of fellow beings, grace of laws. O Dharmakaya Buddha, fourfold grace, may we take refuge in Dharma and be filled with compassion and wisdom. May we transform delusion into wisdom, greed into generosity, resentment into gratitude, discord into harmony, and hatred into compassion. May all nations grow and benefit mutually. May the strong help the weak, and may the weak learn and evolve according to Dharma. May all those who have died from world conflicts and disasters be delivered through all obstacles and be at rest. May there be peace throughout the world, and may all beings enjoy tranquility and happiness, living in their original true nature. This we pray with our whole hearts. 원하옵니다. 원하옵니다. 간절히 간절히 원하옵니다. 내 손 길
내 발길 머무는 곳, 내 음성 멸치는 곳, 내 마음 향하는 곳마다 우리 모두 다 함께, 우리 모두 다 함께 성부 제주 인연이 되어지리라. I wish and pray sincerely and truly, when my hands touch the world, where my feet walk on the earth, where my voice echoes through the hills, and in all realms where my heart and mind reach, that we all together share true affinity for attaining great enlightenment and for helping all living beings. Page 9. 이런 상바. One is the realm of samadhi beyond words and speech, the gateway of birth and death, transcending beings and non-being, the origin of heaven and earth, parents, fellow beings and laws, true nature of all Buddhas, enlightened masters, unenlightened people, and sentient beings. One manifests as both permanence and impermanence, viewed as permanence, one unfolds into an infinite world that is ever abiding, spontaneous, just as it is viewed as impermanence, one unfolds into infinite worlds through the cycle of formation, duration, decay, and extinction of the universe, and the birth, aging, illness, and death of all beings, according to how we use our minds and bodies. In the four forms of birth we transform through the 6 realms of existence, progressing or regressing, with grace arising from harm or harm from grace. Therefore we unawakened beings have to practice wholeheartedly, modeling ourselves after Ilwansang, the Dharmakaya Buddha, by cultivating our minds and bodies deeply, knowing human affairs and universal principles thoroughly, and using our minds and bodies skillfully, thus progressing rather than regressing, and receiving grace rather than harm, until we attain the great empowerment of Ilwan and become one with the nature of Ilwan.
This morning, our good temple friend, Eric Priest, is going to share his Dharma talk, Even in Shadow, the Moon is Full. Let us warmly welcome Eric.
When I was a child, I would look up and point at the moon. Some of my earliest childhood memories are from when my mother would take my sister and I down to the beach on a clear summer night to look up at the moon. We would smile and point with our arms stretched out as if trying to touch its beauty, mystery, and the infinite itself. When jealous clouds obscured the view, or on nights when the moon was just a sliver, my mother would offer us her wisdom. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it isn't there. Still, I shrugged this off, for the eye is quick to follow a pointed finger. And instead I began to think, what else can this finger point at? What else can this finger do? With that thinking, I became enamored with the world, and I stopped looking at the moon. My grandmother used to remind me of the time she tried to tie my shoe. With a hand on my hip and pride in my voice, I proclaimed, "I'm quite capable of doing that myself." "You were 4 years old," she always added at the end. Still, I noticed that my finger wasn't strong enough to do the things that I saw my older sister do. Pluck the viola gracefully, point to big words and grasp their meaning, or pull her friends close to her like a blanket. In my jealousy, I thought, when I grow up, I'm going to have a better finger. With that thinking, I became enamored with myself, and I stopped looking at the world. As a teenager, my insecurities only grew like weeds. I was desperate to do everything on my own. I didn't want to need anyone else. Even though I couldn't resolve this experience with words, I thought, I could. I should be able to do everything. I won't make a mistake. I won't show my ignorance. In my early career as an adult, this finger thought that there was an ultimate power in collecting degrees, certificates, letters after my name. I couldn't often explain what I was doing, and I was hoping that people would just see the credentials and trust that I knew everything that there was to know. How could anyone tell me that I was wrong when I had so much proof that I was right, that I was an expert? In my foolishness, I thought, I'm going to have the best finger. With that thinking, I became enamored with an image of myself, and I stopped looking at myself. With now the moon, the world, and my own self out of sight, I was lost, unable to navigate the endless seas and blackened sky with no land in sight. This was the price for believing that my own finger, my ego, was the best compass. With great fortune and gratitude, through the darkness, I saw a bright, round shape in the sky, and I was pulled to its gravity like the tide. Straining, squinting, I discovered that it was not the moon. It was a golden circle. This golden circle offered safe harbor, solid land, and enough light to find my footing, even though I could not yet explain it in words. In chapter 7, verse 25 of our scripture book, Founding Master Sotaesan cautions us against the many people who claim to be experts on the principle of the nature who try to resolve it without using words. This is a serious malady, he says, for those who truly understand it should know how to clearly distinguish its head from its tail, even though originally it does not possess either head or tail, and also know how to clearly describe it in words, even though it is beyond all language. When studying this verse in our Thursday Dharma study group, I fell prey to my finger once again. Well, obviously that passage makes sense. Stay away from self-proclaimed experts who can't offer any real explanation. With wisdom and kindness, a fellow member shared with me, "Oh, this isn't about others. Sote-san is also cautioning us about ourselves. This path and practice can be a way to evaluate our own ego and responses, lest we become more deluded along the way." I realized that up until that point, this was what I was doing, deluding myself. I had taken a bite out of cake and I started calling myself a chef, even though I had never been in the kitchen. I started calling myself a chef, even though I could not resolve in words how these separate ingredients came together to become something sweeter and more fulfilling. This was the serious malady from the passage. It continues, "Those who truly understand it will show it in whatever they do, and those who are ignorant of it will show their ignorance of it in whatever they do." By relying on my ego, my own finger to serve as my guide, I was showing my true ignorance in whatever I did. Fortunately, there is a path, there is a practice, as we are given the tools to resolve our questions with words. In our scripture book, through our kyonims, and in our Dharma community. As Reverend Won reminds us, the threefold study is like 3 legs of a stool. We cultivate the spirit, inquiry into human affairs and universal principles, and choice in action. Ego is not one of those legs. It will always be too short or too long, and we will never be able to find our balance. Through following this path, we come together to find ways to deepen our knowledge and gain more clear and precise language, even with the understanding that there will all be things that transcend explanation. We embrace duality, such as by speaking about the head or the tail, great and small, being and non-being, even though we know originally together it is one, it is whole, and it is complete. We take in air, and it becomes a thing. It becomes a breath that we can feel filling our lungs. We can hold it and possess it for only so long. Yet as we breathe out, we return that breath back out into the air, non-being into being, being into non-being. The founding master ends the verse by reminding us that the thousands of scriptures and tens of thousands of treatises attributed to the Buddha and the enlightened masters are just like fingers pointing at the moon. Through this practice, we come to learn that the moon itself represents ultimate truth, enlightenment, or even reality itself. The finger represents scriptures, teachings, or paths to guide us towards that truth, our original true nature, the original state of mind that exists before worry, anger, sadness, joy, that is beyond words and speech. A gateway, the origin, the source, which should sound familiar if you've been with us and read the Ilwan Song vows we did today. Even so, the Ilwan song, this one circle image, is also serving as a finger pointing at the moon. It is our symbol and guide, even though it is beyond all language. I had dismissed my mother's wisdom in my childhood and thus missed the deeper meaning of this metaphor. The caution to not mistake the finger, especially my own finger, for the moon itself. The finger can help guide us and direct our vision, yet the truth, just like the moon from my childhood, seen with an open heart, is beautiful, mysterious, and infinite, beyond words and speech, even though my practice calls on me to do my best to try to resolve it with words. So, when clouds obscure our view, or on nights when the moon is just a sliver, remember, just because you can't see it doesn't mean it isn't there. And with this thinking, we become practitioners, and we can return to pointing our fingers at the moon. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric, for that beautifully poetic and entertaining talk, and a good reminder of the pitfalls of trusting our ego or following our ego. So based on Eric's talk, let us all reflect on what blocks us from evaluating our own ego in response to life, and what helps free us. So friends at home, you're invited to write reflections in your journal or post them in the live chat. We always appreciate your sharing. And friends in the Dharma Hall, you're welcome to pair up in twos or threes and share your thoughts about Eric's talk.
Did you all enjoy Eric's talk? Listening to Eric's talk, I have more stronger wish. I wish I can hear from each every of you, because when Eric talks about his childhood with the mother and about his finger, that each of us has our own wonderful life experience that can be weaved into sharing and Dharma reflection. And so I so look forward to hearing from you if you didn't have any chance to share. You can start always with a mini talk, like 3-4 minutes, a little bit of your story, and then meet with me and see how we can develop, how it can be developed into a little bit more mini Dharma talk. So Eric, did you feel your wisdom grows along this journey of creating this talk? This is first time for you to doing that. Yeah.
I'm scared to say yes, but I'll risk it and say yes.
He said yes. I trust Eric. So this is a wonderful opportunity to hone our wisdom by putting ourselves in front of others, but also along the journey, contemplating, writing it, reviewing, recontemplating, and a special bond and connection with you and with the community through this journey. As we all aware, there is an ongoing war involving Iran, the United States, and Israel that started in February and is now in its 3rd week. The ongoing wars between Russia and Ukraine, and in the Middle East and Myanmar dishearten our spirits. So I'd like to invite us all to have a moment to pause in our prayer, or just at least connecting our hearts to those places on this planet. So from the merit of our practice, and any level from our hearts and spirits, we connect with those places and people who are in much suffering. May hearts of compassion and wisdom arise. May hearts of compassion and wisdom arise in the midst of so much conflict. May the suffering of all beings impacted by this inhumanity be uplifted by our prayers. May the suffering of all beings impacted by this inhumanity be uplifted by our prayers. May hostility give way to understanding and harmony. May peace prevail. May peace prevail. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you for practicing with us this morning. Thank you to Reverend Won Gong for leading us through that important loving kindness meditation. And thank you to Eric for their very inspiring and humbling talk.
Every morning at 6:30 a.m., we invite you to join us here at the Chapel Hill Temple for early morning silent meditation. This is a beautiful way to set the tone for each new day. Also, every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m., we gather for community evening meditation. It is a peaceful way to end the day.
There are only 4 verses left in the chapter that we currently study. After this, we'll start a new book from April 23rd. Many voices, many insights, American perspectives on Won Buddhism. This book is a collection of Dharma Talks by members of our own Sangha, so this study will be especially meaningful. To join our Thursday book club, please sign up on our website. The book is available for purchase here at the temple for $15.
The Won Buddhism Intermediate class will take place on Saturday afternoon, March 28th. The main themes of the WB 201 class will be a deeper understanding of Dharma, Karma, and the threefold practice. Registration is now available on our website.
Last call for our half-day spring equinox retreat this coming Saturday at the Raleigh Temple. 2 spots are still available. Sign up on our website.
The very special Spring Mountain Retreat at Southern Dharma also has a few spaces available. This week-long mountain retreat offers a profound opportunity to cleanse karmic blockages and immerse yourself in deep inner stillness. Please consider joining us.
Save the dates. Our annual spring open house is on the last Saturday of April. The next day, last Sunday in April, will be our annual celebration of Great Awakening Day.
Would you like to cultivate a little more peace today? This afternoon at 4 p.m., we invite you to join our weekly community meditation at our North Raleigh Temple. All are welcome.
Thank you for the wonderful announcements. Children who just finished their children meditation, stand up, please. All the children, and we had today Megan and Reverend Sean, leading teacher. Big applause for our children. Wonderful. Good job. Now you can sit down. Thank you. Any college student who is back from your spring break, stand up, please. Oh, Adam is back with this PJ. I love it. Welcome back, Adam. Yeah, Adam were you in our children camp a long time ago? You was in our children camp, but now in college. Yeah. Speaking of which, Children's Dharma Camp for summer, our summer camp is available to sign up. So parents or grandparents, please check it out in our website. To bless one another, let's go to page 13, sing morning prayer song all together from our hearts. Dhammakaya Buddha, fourfold grace, I begin a new day in your presence. Today full of health and with peace of mind. May I walk along the path of the Buddha. Dhammakaya Buddha, fourfold grace. I begin a new day with your grace. Today gratefully and with gentle words, may I live in harmony with all those I meet. Dhammakaya Buddha, fourfold grace. I begin a new day action. Today, making the world a more loving place. May I do all that I can for one world. Let us bow to our friends right next to us. Thank you for creating this practice, energy today. And how many friends joined us online today, Nick?
40 people.
About 40 friends. Raise your arms up and wave hands. Happy spring. See you next week.